But let's start with the sheriff's race. So you want to call this? This is
I'd be glad to let Butch go first.
Is that all right with you, Butch? Okay. You got it first, then. You want to be the timer, Tim? Okay. 3 minutes.
Who's doing time?
I am.
You are? Okay. Well, so,
I'll just clear my throat.
okay, that'd be fine. I may not be 3 minutes, but that's all right. My name's Butch Baker. Actually, my name's Bruce, I guess, but I go by Butch, and that's a story all by itself, so we'll sort of leave that off. I am a local, grown citizen of Henry County, born and raised here. Graduated from the local high school. I'm not sure what it was called back then, but it's whatever it's called now. It's the high school I graduated from. Hired on the Newcastle Police Department in 1975 at the old age of 21 years old, and I've been in law enforcement ever since. I'm currently married. My wife, Rebecca, she works currently in Richmond at a company called John Manfield. I don't believe she's here. She was still at work when I left to come tonight. I have three boys. Daniel, graduate of Blue River, who's married to Emily, and they have a 2-year-old son. And he too is working tonight. He works for Buster's, and he was pouring cement. My next son is David Jackson. He's currently in the Navy and stationed in Florida. Dustin, my 12-year-old, who doesn't really look 12 years old, he's a little bigger than most 12-year-olds. He goes to Blue River School. Tonight he is at our church, where I was supposed to be at for the cantata practice that we're putting on this Friday night and Sunday. Again, I spent 20 years with the Newcastle Police Department. I then went to the prosecutor's office, was there for 4 years, and then Sheriff Cronk became sheriff, and he hired me, and I've worked for him for 8 years, and it was a shared process for a few of those years with the prosecutor's office. And 4 years ago, I ran for sheriff, and was lucky enough to obtain that position. Again, I have 34 years of experience at this point in time. I've held various positions throughout law enforcement, detective division, some administrative offices with the Newcastle Police Department. I currently have, I think, fulfilled my promise that I made the first 4 years, the first time I ran for this office, which was that I would maintain and keep the existing programs, which I have. I've done things to add on to programs and to enhance the technology side of our law enforcement agency with the help of some federal and state grants. I actively seek grants for that purpose to maintain the security and safety of our community as well as the jail. One of the reasons that I would like to continue to be sheriff is I feel that how much am I done? 3?
You're getting close.
Very close. Okay. Is the fact that state allows for a person to hold the term 2 years in a row, and when I ran for the office the first time, it was my intentions to run a second time and to implement and to maintain the office of sheriff. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Kim?
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. If you can't hear me in the back, please raise your hand. I'll try to speak a little louder. My name's Kim Cronk. My wife, Nyla, stand please. She's short, so you have to excuse her. So. And my daughter, Lauren, who is a student at the American Art Institute. And I have a daughter who is 13 years old, Leanna, and she's with her friends right now out of town. I'm a 1974 graduate of Shenandoah High School. I attended Ball State University, where I received my teaching degree with a bachelor's degree. I've been on the Henry County Sheriff's Department for a period of 32 years. Of those 32 years, I served 8 years as sheriff. I'm currently a Henry County Commissioner. I served 6 years as Henry County Council member. I served 6 years on the Henry County, or the Shenandoah School Board also. On the campaign trail, you know, there's several things that come to heart. And I have 2 objectives. I've served 8 years as sheriff, and I decided I wanted to run for sheriff again because, in my opinion, Henry County is a community in a drug crisis. And it came to heart when I was doing door-to-door within the last 2 weeks. An individual or a lady came up to me and she says, "Mr. Cronk, why do you want to become sheriff, and what are you going to do for me?" And I said, well, my first objective, my first priority is to combat the drug problem that we have in our community. And if you don't think we don't have a drug problem, our narcotics officers every day go to other communities and they say, well, Henry County is the drug capital of Indiana. And that's sad. And we hear it all the time. Looking at the statistics we have today, in the last 3 to 4 years, we have over 230 documented overdoses in our community. 62 people have died from drug overdoses. And in per capita, we're probably one of the largest in the state of Indiana. And as your sheriff, I promise you, my priority is to seek federal funds. There are federal funds available to hire officers at no cost to our community that'll come in and work to try to fight the drug problem. Also, when I worked narcotics, and I worked narcotics for 22 years, Quaaludes was the main drug at that point, some cocaine. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not the problem today. We have an epidemic of heroin coming in our community. And we can go to Indianapolis, and we can go to other communities and try to find that. And we can't find it in Indianapolis. On a very limited basis, Henry County has a crisis.
Start wrapping it up.
Okay. As your sheriff, my priorities is drug enforcement. Also, because of budget shortfalls, we must consolidate law enforcement, work together as a unified team, federal, state, and local, Newcastle County as a unified law enforcement team, working together as a whole. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.